in your weight class don't want to fight Jaron Ennis, but how do you feel about you versus Jaron Ennis?
ウェルタークラスの中でもジェロン・ウーツエンスっていう選手がいるんですけど、その、ポテンシャルとして、その戦うというふうになったらどうですか？
やりたいですね、やっぱりもうやりたいです。はい。
He wants to fight with the Boots Ennis.
多分強いって一番思われてるんで、そこを倒したら本物のチャンピオンだと思えるし、ケアできる自信はめっちゃありますね。
Yeah, he's pretty confident that he can knock him out.
He can knock him out? What makes you so confident that you'll knock out Jaron Ennis?
その自信はどこから来てるんですか？
やっぱりジャロン・エニス選手の試合を見てもそうですし、あと、自分のこのいろんな海外の選手とスパーリングをやっていく中で、やっぱこういいパンチが当たったりとか、あまりもらわなくなったりとか、そういう実践的なところで自分の自信がつきました。
Yeah, he's confident because he's been doing the sparring with the foreign the partners, and while he's doing it, and he figured out he can beat him, like he can knock out the Boots.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So that is Japanese fighter Jin Sasaki. He's one of the top welterweight contenders. In fact, he is the #1 contender for Jaron Ennis's belt. He's a very aggressive hard puncher with a record of 18 wins and 17 knockouts and 1 loss. And not only does he say he wants to fight Jaron Ennis, but he says that he would knock him out. Now, I was about to say he's the only fighter at 147 that's actually calling out Jaron Ennis, but that's not necessarily true because he was actually asked about Jaron. It's a little bit different when you're asked about fighting someone as opposed to someone voluntarily telling the interviewer, this is the guy I want. I want to fight Jaron Ennis because I'll knock him out. Now, this is not to imply that he doesn't want to fight Jaron Ennis. It just puts a different connotation to it when you're asked the question, once again, as opposed to voluntarily calling the fighter out. Not only is Sasaki the next #1 contender for Jaron Ennis, but he's ranked in the top 4 in all of the rankings. So what I really like about this situation is we all know that Brian Norman, he turned down a Boots fight. He turned down a unification bout. But now Brian Norman, he has not only Sasaki, because Sasaki is ranked #3 for Brian Norman's belt, but then you have another good undefeated fighter who's ranked #1 from Uzbekistan by the name of Shakram Giasov. And he is Brian Norman's #1 contender. And then Sasaki is ranked #3 in the WBO. So that means Brian Norman, he's going to be in a tough fight pretty soon. And then Alexis Rocha is the #2 WBO contender. So getting back to Sasaki, I think he presents a challenge to all of the champions at 147. We already heard that Jaron Ennis, he wanted to stay at 147 so he could unify. Then once he unifies or becomes undisputed, he plans on moving up to 154. But we all know that all of the champions might not fight him. So that means if he stays at 147, he most likely will end up fighting against Sasaki, if Sasaki doesn't end up getting a title shot against Brian Norman first. Now, while I do believe that Sasaki is a challenge for Jaron Ennis, I do feel his style is tailor-made because he is flat-footed, he comes forward, he throws a lot of hooks, and I think that makes him predictable for a fighter like Jaron. In my opinion, Boots, he just beat the best welterweight contender, and that was Karen Chukachan. But of course, this is boxing, and all it takes is one punch to change the entire fight. So we'll see how this plays out, but I'm really happy that there is a new addition to the welterweight division when it comes to Jin Sasaki. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, Visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.